Sarah. So lovely to be with you here today. And thank you for coming online. We'd love to hear just how you are, how the communities are that you're working in, and how you're experiencing the coronavirus.
Hi, Kosha. Good afternoon from my part of the world. I'm grateful to be here and thank you for the chance to share our experience. It's such a very meaningful, vulnerable, profound time to be in. And we are in our part of the world, in the Philippines, where there's a lot of density in population. And also the limited social services and capacity of our social systems. It is such for my community work through my NGO called Green Releaf, we are trying to harvest as much learnings as we have from our work in disasters and displacement. And so overall in the Philippines, we have been on enhanced community quarantine. A lot of us have been limiting our access, especially in the major cities. We are seeing that although despite the limitations of our government, there are also innovations from the local governments, as well as a great flood of innovations and creativity from so many things like community kitchens, from volunteers sewing masks, from people creating urban garden kits, or all these things that we are also seeing a lot of collaboration. So while there is this challenge, there are deaths, of course, there are also a lot of people who are sick, but there's also this creativity that's arising. And in our work, we've been working luckily in communities that we have already trained, have like the IDPs, those that are displaced by an ISIS siege 2 years ago. We trained them to make soaps. We trained them to make cough syrups and herbal remedies last year. That was meant to be livelihood. So while our livelihood project is still going to start with them, at least they already have some skills how to make soap, which is necessary for COVID-19, and some herbal remedies they can probably boost their immunity. In the indigenous community where we work after typhoons, we're also discovering that they just harvested from the demonstration site that we've started with them. And so they have at least some food in place, at least from that garden. That's hopefully some skills they can continue sustaining at home while in quarantine. On another space is we're launching a regenerative mutual aid lab, which we kind of brought a marriage between design thinking, systems thinking, regenerative design with ecovillage dimensions, permaculture, and then the Theory U process. It's part of the Theory U labs. And last January, we launched this with a Taal volcano relief, where we work with community kitchens, mappers, breastfeeding groups, mental health advocates, bikers who deliver aid and relief, farmers, the slow food movement. We brought these people together because we realized if people saw each other, they started mapping their solutions together. There's collective impact that we can do if we collaborated. And then as COVID-19 was rising, we realized, a lot of these experiences can be replicated in COVID-19. And so we're hosting a national conversation starting next week on food security, mental health, alternative circular economies in transition towns and cities. And hopefully we can invite more Gen practices in the conversation as well. And we were surprised that there were a lot of response to it and a lot of interest, because people are now starting to see we have to design better and use this challenge as an opportunity. And this is where our work has always been designed. How might we use change as an opportunity for the new story? So this is where we are now sourcing deep from our learnings from disasters and displacement. So this is where we are at the moment with our work locally. And yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thanks so much, Sarah. And just for all the listeners, your full name is Sarah Queblatin. People might not know you personally. And maybe just to end, if there's an invitation or a message, a prayer that you would like to share with the networks of community builders around the planet.
One thing that I've been privileged to learn from shamans and indigenous elders, and there's a prayer that like they would go to a site like a blessing for the water or the forest. We prepare food, or we prepare an offering, sometimes tobacco with food, and we call on the creator or whatever name or nature that we ask. We name this source, and then we also invite our spirit guides. So in Christian culture, they call them angels or saints. In Buddhism, we call them the bodhisattvas. Or so, and then we also call upon we recognize the nature spirits that were also created by the source in different in nature, in water, in air, in the soil, in the fire. And then we also then call on our ancestors, because we honor them. For without them we wouldn't be here. So so an invitation, we imagine an offering of our acknowledgement of the food. Often it's food, because without food we wouldn't be here, and all this food has been created by all these entities, the creator, the spirit guides, and the nature spirits, and our ancestors. And we invite them to partake in it and honor that without these we wouldn't survive, we wouldn't be here. And then we speak gratitude for this food, and with that invitation we also pray for others who will be nourished by this food as we partake in it. I hope that's it's a small blessing to share that could be useful. And yeah, we call it halad, or in our language, which means offering.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks, Kasha. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, wishing you beauty in what you're creating at the moment, the national conversations, and wishes for safety and health to you and your communities, the communities you work with.
And you too, and the rest of the Gen community. And thank you for creating this space. I wanted to join the Ecovillage calls, but it was late in the evening, and I know it's for North America and Europe. And I hope, I'm sure a lot of things have been growing from that. And I wish everyone a good, a meaningful time as we go through this. So grateful. Thank you.